See you guys. I know everybody has been super pumped about this call. I am as much as you are, maybe a little bit more. So we're going to have a very good chat today. And I do want to say up front here, for any new people that are just coming to Veritas Vault for the first time, this is not going to be a opportunity call today. It's straight update. So if you invited someone who's new for the first time, I suggest you just get off the line and either catch up with us for a Super Saturday or for the opportunity call and update call coming on Monday. Okay. So anyway, having said that, I really want to jump in here. I am, I'm blown away, and I say that often, but it has actually materialized, like in our hands. I've been talking about, I'm covering a lot of ground here, so I may be, this is not in order of priority, I assure you. But the first thing I want to say is that I could not be more proud of the leadership team. I know over the past couple of days, I've been really nose to the grind. A lot of good meetings, a lot of good advice, a lot of good new developments, a lot of good more opportunity for you guys. So anyway, let me start here. I think this is probably the most exciting piece. From day one, I've told everyone, and I promised you that our sole goal and objective was not to have the VBA token specifically for trading, like it's Ethereum or, Bitcoin or something, right? It is simply the mode of transfer asset transference between the team, the outside world, and to give you the opportunity, to hold that in our treasury so that you can get paid those rebase rewards, which are outstanding. Okay. I have maxed that out. Okay. For you guys, at the, approximate 0.44% every 8 hours. And I can confidently stand here in front of you guys. Anybody who's been with us from day one, all right, has done well. If you came on board yesterday, all right, and you just stake your tokens, you've done well, right? Because you get those rebase rewards. And now, okay, after 3 months, we have several spectacular opportunities happening, which is why I wanted to bring so many of you on the call today. And I'll start with the debit card, a crypto debit card. Not just any card, right? I've told you before. I know this isn't new news, but it is done deal now. All right. And here's what we're going to be able to offer. The ramp time on it, again, I can't do this like tomorrow, but the ramp time on it's going to take us into December before we can start to ship. But we're going to have 3 separate debit card options for you. Okay. The first is going to be a virtual, which is basically you just get the card number. And that has 0 KYC, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. You can load that. I'm looking here at my notes here. The maximum load on that is 10,000 with no KYC. You can transact up to 1,000 and it's reloadable, right? So if you put 10,000 on, you spend 5,000, you can put another 5,000 on. Spectacular. Like I said, that's going to be available in December. We also are going to have another virtual card with KYC, but this is more for higher net, wealth individuals. And that particular card, your spend on that is going to be, let's see, where is that? It's not on there. Yeah, I think that one's like around 40 or 50. Forgive me, I don't have this on my notes. And then we're also going to have a plastic card. So you can order a card. There's two that are going to be available. To start, we're not going to, and by the way, this is an expense to the DAO, okay, a good expense. But you're going to have access to 2 different cards. We'll start with the generic. And on that one, the limit is going to be 100,000, okay? And your max spend is actually 100,000 as well. So for those of you that are participating with us on a strong level, and those that, and by the way, even if you're participating in another project, you'll be able to load the card up, stablecoin, the whole 9, use it, ATM, and, off ramp or crypto. And for those of you who have been in around the industry for a while, all right, what a big deal this is. All right, I've been a part of projects that have been talking about debit cards, couldn't even get close to one, right? Either it was because they didn't want to spend the money to do it like we are, or whatever the case, they couldn't find a right provider. this is rock solid. All right, we're talking about Barclays, Bank of America, huge bank in Canada, China. I mean, any country that's not on the block list, for like, places like Afghanistan or, war-torn countries, right? But if you're in any country, okay, you can use this card, this crypto to debit card. And there's also some other layers. I'm not going to get into it, but bank accounts, what's the other one? Bank accounts and a fiat, in and out of fiat on their exchange, to on-ramp people. Because I know a lot of you're having to go to Coinbase or you're having to go to Binance or whatever to get your coin. You'll be able to do it all through the platform. So I'm excited about this, okay? And I'm blown away too. I've been, like I said, I've been around. This is not easy to pull off. And we're just out the gate and we've got it. So I hope that inspires you. The other thing that I've got to say is that it will also be a treasury revenue generating operation for the DAO. So as long as somebody's got VVA and staked VVA, they'll be eligible for the card. As long as you can get that card, and you continue to stake, the revenue from the card, okay, 100% goes back to you, all right, back to the treasury, to continue to feed our staking and to continue to allow us build and grow moving into the future. So enough on that note. That's number one. I'm going to be bringing on, man, I've known this guy 20 years. I mean, he's such an inspiration. I'm 56, he's 70 something. Okay. I know the other number, but this guy rocks it harder than I do on the phone, big heart, never leaves a good man behind. First class guy. And as you know, he's in Manila. I'm in Manila. I don't live here, but I flew up to meet him and also engage in some meetings and some crazy good Zooms. So he's coming on here in a second to tell you something phenomenal. So I'll leave that thunder and excitement to him on that. The other front that I'm excited about today is, as we all know, the VVA is at a remarkable price right now. Okay. So we have such great people. I met with like a literal prince the other day, not like, a prince. All right. Again, I don't want to call him out. I've met with huge pastor groups. I've met with remarkable network marketers. And we just get so much love and support. It's absolutely, it blows me away. And I say we get that support. It's not about me, guys. Okay. So I really want to encourage you right now, because the price is low, get in now. We got the card coming. We got something else that's coming really quick that I'll let David share with you. And I've sat back, we've got the contest, as you know, which that just, at least for the first week that ended when we started this call, and everybody will get compensated on that tomorrow. So I'm going to sit back and look at those numbers. We're going to continue for 6 weeks regardless. But again, we hit these other income streams, and those pots and pools can get bigger and bigger if we all decide. Yep. Can you hear me? Is that you, Dr. Steve?
No, we can hear you. I don't know what that was. You guys think that was David. David.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. But what I wanted to say on that note is I'm in the mode now. From when we originally launched, the goal was like, okay, let's get up, let's get working, let's get everybody on board. Let's continue to grow the community, which we've done a spectacular job at. So now my primary, focus is to enhance, okay, and to secure, right, and to expand, the reach of what our organization can do and accomplish. I have a report that'll be coming out. I was going to cover a lot of that on this call, but it's so nitty gritty. And unfortunately, a lot of times people, misunderstand what I'm saying or forget, or maybe I forget something too. So I'm going to compile that over the weekend. It's already set, but I'm going to be sharing that with the executive leadership, which we're going to expand to, I'd say, maybe 25, 30 people. Okay, I'll let the ones participated in that group get together. Regretfully, there was a group that was set up, but I wasn't even invited to the group. Somebody else was trying to MC it for me, and couldn't do anything justice. So I'll be creating that for the executive team. I'll be sharing these enhancements with them. All right. and not just sharing, I'm going to get their feedback, okay? Because these are things that can take us to like literally the moon in 2026. Veritas Vault has always been a long-term project, for you and me and for our family and for the people we bring in board. So that's coming together. I'll be in communication with you guys like literally directly. If you don't get a message from me, then it's somebody else just doing their own stream. But I'll be putting that together over the next 48 hours. The other thing that I want to share with you is that for the founders, all right, and also for those on this call who have done remarkably well, with the token, by selling it, by the staking, by your reward payments. We're going to compile a list, and this is going to be super exclusive. Okay, so if you have a lot of tokens that you know who you are, right? I'm going to encourage you. Okay, I'm going to encourage you. All right, from my heart. Okay, and from every promise that I've come through on to date. Don't sell any of your tokens until you hear back from me personally. All right. In addition to the executive group, where I'm going to have a personal meeting with you guys. Okay. And we're going to talk about some remarkable things, and you will be rewarded. Okay. I'm telling you, you will be rewarded. I can't share this, in this group setting, but I am promising you, get me through maybe Sunday, in the West time. If that's inconvenient for you, then most certainly no later than Monday, because I'll be back home in my office on Saturday morning for you guys. So I'm going to try to maybe set up for that, or maybe we'll do it that evening. If we can't do that, it'll be Sunday. But I am super encouraging you, okay? If you can read between the lines, all right, read between the lines. I have got something. Excuse me. I have got something that's going to really tackle the elephant in the middle of the room, guys. Okay. And you're going to love it. All right. I've already run it by a couple of individuals because I've been in a very contemplative state. This trip has done a lot. These new meetings, these new agreements that we're making have done a lot to kind of reset the tone of my commitment to you and what I want to deliver to you to get what you want, your why, your primary. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a large token holder, do not sell. And I'm not selling because, I'm not saying this because I just don't want you to sell. I'm telling you, you will be rewarded for not doing so. So give me 48, 72 hours to get back with you all personally. We'll have a group call. We'll be able to share, question and answer back and forth. And I'm going to lay something out that's going to blow your minds. Okay, so 48, 72 hours on that one. And then again, like I said, I'll get with the executive board and we'll start discussing other options that will solidify this foundation, once and for all. Okay. The third bit of good news has already been delivered to you. We have a full-time 24-hour customer service staff that's available through live chat so that any concerns or questions or just how-tos, don't have to go out on live stream through Telegram. And we'll most likely be depreciating that Telegram group and moving it over to actually a channel so that all the communication is clear. It's coming from my mouth. It's coming from the advisory team's mouth. You know, it's the gospel, and there won't be any more guessing or questions or what you said this, they said that. So again, they're tight, and I just need to work with them more to get them better up to speed to service all of you guys. So as far as that goes, that's what I'm excited about. We got maybe 300 people on this call. I can't see, but on this call today, thank you so much for your support. Okay. And we are going places that even I couldn't imagine. All right. 7 months ago when I first had this vision. All right. We are going places, guys. Okay. I'm not a hypey guy. I think you know that. I'm not even, I'm not a salesman, you know what I'm saying? I'm no big time, networking, player. But I'm saying this to you guys. We have got the team, we've got the opportunity, we've got the resource. And again, for you guys that are participating, that have been kind of on the fence and you're like, I'm telling you, give me 48, 72 hours and I will have something that nobody would offer. All right, for you. All right, that's how much I love you. So Having said that, I want to introduce my man David Bass. I already told you I've known this guy over 20 years. He is we sometimes call him like a primary, but he might as well be my partner. He is my partner, to be honest with you. I've never shared that before, but if it was not for David, that conversation, it's funny how life can change just like that. That one conversation I had with David has created all of this. All right, through his efforts, my efforts, his best friend's efforts, my other best friend's efforts. And here we are, and we're here to stay. So without any further ado, Mr. David Bass, it's been good to see you. It's been, well over a
Can you hear
decade.
me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you great,
Great, great.
David.
Sorry, a little background
Right.
noise in the lobby of the Midas Hotel. I'll tell that story in a minute. I'd like to start off by saying, everyone on this call is not here by accident. You say that's a cliche, heard that before. Well, we have a divine appointment if we really recognize it. I'll make my point about something that's a big announcement in a couple minutes, but starting off by saying I moved to Texas, married my Filipino sweetheart, bought my dream home. First year I found a gold mine, was in the gold business. We came to the Philippines. This year in March, I started a business and we were really blessed. It allowed us to come to the Philippines and actually go to Thailand. And in Thailand, I met a guy named Frankie, and he helped set up a stem cell clinic and a #1 doctor in the world. And when I went there a few weeks ago, I had a heart condition, and a doctor there did an operation that a top cardiologist at Baylor in Texas couldn't do. Saved my life. Thank God for the timing of being there. Well, in May, I also, I'll come to that story in just a moment. But when we got back to Philippines, and I told my pastor, and he put me on the phone with Gene, and I told Gene, I'm coming to Manila. He said, oh, yeah, where are you going to stay? I said, the Midas Hotel. He said, you are kidding me. They have a doctors convention right now as we speak with top world-renowned dermatologists. And, oh, by the way, my wife has a skin condition, so we'll get a chance to get advice from the top doctors in the world. So, things don't happen by accident. So last May in the Philippines, I met a young man and sat down with him a few hours. He made a trip, come back a few more hours. I said, you must have hundreds of employees. He said, thousands of employees. He has 19 operations across the Philippines. The guy's pretty credible, pretty well to do. And so when I came back from Bangkok after my heart procedure about last Monday afternoon, I sat down with him, and I'll just mention one of his visions or corporations or plans could be a very good fit. We've already talked to him about it, but he starts and creates companies. He delegates and has people run the companies, but he does not have a marketing arm for what he's doing. But we are in the talks, and it's very high possibilities. We'll have something there that will be tagged into a potential billion-dollar operation in 4 or 5 years. It's really big, so like I say, without trying to explain what it is, I'll just say it's really great. Now, there's going to be another speaker come on in a minute, and Nick said I could introduce him when he comes on, but I'm not going to say his name now. Don't say, hang on and take notes. This young man had 525 homeopathic clinics around the world, having over 40 million patients. He moved to Florida, ran for Congress. He's written a book about the current political situation in the world as it relates to the Bible. Yes, and he's also a pastor. And he was the doctor to Tony Robbins for years. He's now the doctor to the royal family of the Emirates. I say all that for credibility, but also he's got experience personally with millions of dollars in rebase tokens. So Scott is saying he's not on the call, but we had understood that he would be on the call. So we'll just keep an eye out for him to be on the call in the future. He's not now. So thank you, Nick, and back to you.
Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give him a ring right now because I know we want to hear from him. But there was just one last thing I want to say to you today. All right. For most of you, we won't get to talk again or rather communicate eyeball to eyeball until next Monday. But it is going to be an on fire weekend. Okay, an absolute on fire weekend. So again, um, primary leaders and team. I'll be in direct communication with you ASAP as soon as possible. We'll get some organized. And then, of course, top token holders, founders, all right, that have been rocking this thing with us and fundamental to our operation. I have more goodies and rewards for you. So just hold on to these tokens, guys, all right, because it's going to be attached to that. So that's the only reason I'm saying that, okay? So anyway, having said that, I'm going to actually pass it back to you, Dr. Steve, again. Would you introduce our other guest? And I'm going to reach out to our other special guest here to make sure he gets on the horn. All right,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Oh, awesome. Wow. What an amazing update. This is just getting better and better. I got to tell you, the excitement is in the air. I could feel it. I hear it. So this other guest is no stranger to this community. You guys have heard from him before. He just filled with knowledge, a lot of experience. And we always love hearing from him. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring on Mr. Barry Moniz, who we call Mr. Barry Money.
Thank you, Dr. Steve. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Excellent, excellent. So great to be here as always. It's always Thursday night is that special night that you get the family around the monitor and just wait to hear Saint Nick, as I call him, give us the latest update, which brings loads of presents. I mean, it's a great night. It's a great time. VVA's at the great price to buy in, and I'm happy to be here with you as always. You there, Nick? I mean, Steve?
Oh, I am.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah. Hey, just real quick, Dr. Steve. He's on here as Nicholas Kamas. Could you check that, our other guest?
Oh, okay.
I just called him. Nicholas.
Have him
I
unmute
know,
the
with
microphone.
350 people, this is hard.
Yeah, hello there.
There he is. There he is.
I'm right
Okay,
here.
so just go. All right, wonderful. So go ahead and please make him co-host, and then let Barry speak. My man Barry, right? And then bring Dr. Kamas on. Okay?
Sure, I'll be short because I also want to hear the doctor.
No,
Well,
yeah, say what you got to say,
most
brother.
he's the important one we want to hear. We don't want to hear from me. I mean, the things you said tonight have been phenomenal. I'll just do a quick recap, give you a couple of comments, and then we'll turn it over to hear some exciting news, as I'm sure we're all waiting for. I mean, let's hit on a couple of things. Number one, credit cards. I agree with Nick. Those of you who have been in other projects, we all know the credit card is always the promise that we're going to get from everybody. If you realize that you've been part of this group for a long time, which goes back, what, barely 3 months? Actually, I think it's 3 months and a day since the coin was launched. Nick has been on top of his game. He's made promises, but he's kept them, which is unbelievable, especially in this industry. We've got transparency. We've got clear communications. We got company momentum going on. That is so important for a new company. Get that momentum rolling, and there's no stopping where we're going. You know, the utility tied to the medical field. And I don't know if you all were listening when he was talking about that the fees from the credit cards, 100% of it is going into the DAO. So the discussions we've had in the past, which are a little hazy about utility and how we're going to fund this, where the money going to come from, it's beginning to come together. Just step back and look at the different things that are going on and being said on how this is coming together. You can begin to see that Nick's vision is a real vision. It's not pie in the sky like most projects. What's most important to me, and many of you have heard me say this recently, is what I call the growth factors. And that's what we're creating, growth factors for this company. Every little thing you hear, every new step we make, every momentum move is a growth factor that's taken this company to new heights. So with that being said, I don't want to keep dragging it on, but I mean, phenomenal things. Thank you, Nick. Let's hear from our guest speaker.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Hello. We can hear you.
All right. Awesome. Well, what a great community we have here is Veritas Vault. My name is Nicholas Kimaz. I've been in this space for a long, long time, 12 years. And thank you, Nick, for regarding the credit card. I have a little story about that, about the credit card. 10 years ago, I was involved with a company that started overseas, and they were the first to launch the credit card, and they raised over $100 million then. Believe me, over 100 million. I was 1% owner of that company, made a lot of money, took my money out, and then the company could not produce what they promised to produce, and they were the first. And until now, they still exist, and they couldn't come up with a credit card. So hats off to Nick for what he's doing and for this community. And I thank God for allowing us to gather tonight with a shared purpose to build not just wealth, but blessed wealth, rooted in integrity and unity. What we are doing here is more than financial. It is generational. We are planting seeds for our families' futures, for our own retirement. And we have to really give it a thought, a long thought, to where Veritas Vault is going and how it is forming. See, right now the market is testing our faith and patience. But let me remind you, every blessing requires stewardship. When people sell too soon, they trade their inheritance for short-term comfort. Veritas Vault so far have proved to have strong legs. From the first drop it did when it was about a couple of weeks old or 3 weeks old until today, going up and down, has proven that it has strong legs. And you should be proud of that. When we hold, when we stake, when we stay united, we protect the abundance that God has placed in our hands. See, Veritas Vaults was built with a powerful design. It rewards consistency and trust, staking strength, the liquidity pool. It gives the system oxygen, stability, and room to grow. Selling too soon weakens the foundation. So you're just like you're shooting yourself in your own foot. Think of it this way. When you plant a vineyard, you don't pull up the roots to check if the grapes are growing. You nurture it. So every time that vineyard becomes an inheritance for your children, that's what we're doing here. Building family wealth and retirement, not just trading tokens. Every stake is an act of faith that tomorrow will be greater than today. I believe that. Got involved. I loved what NEC stands for. I love the SMART program. I'm involved in many other SMART programs. And I decided to get involved with this because of the community, because of the team that have come around NEC, the smart contract, the way, the vision of this smart contract, and the way right now is evolving. It is not going to stay just the way it is. It is growing. It is improving. They're coming up with ideas, and that's the way to go. Now that the technical end is behind us, and technically the program, the smart contract, is doing what it's supposed to do. Now the focus of how to create and generate more avenues for more revenues. And for that, we need to support NEC. We need to support the smart contract. We need to support the liquidity pool. Yes, people sold and did, and people broke their promise, because when I first came in, a lot of the people who were founders gave their word that they'll hang in there for a year, not sell after a month or two. A lot of them broke their words. Yet NEC, what he promised, he's delivering. So we need to rethink of the way this going. We don't want to play with fear. Don't allow fear to take over. Veritas Vault is moving from fast profit to lasting prosperity, a kingdom-minded model. We're building something that can outlive us, a system of abundance, transparency, and blessings. The more we hold on stake, the stronger the ecosystem, the deeper the roots, and the greater the harvest. That's what we're looking for. Is fast money. All right, some people needed the fast money. Is done. It's over with. Right now, let us come together as true community. This is a community project. It's not a trading project. We cannot come here to trade and buy tokens and sell tokens. This is the wrong place to do that. Take my word for it, it's a sin to make such a promise and then your greed allow it to take over because you saw yourself, you made just some profit. So I encourage you tonight, hold your tokens, stake them with faith. Trust that God rewards those who sow wisely. And there's a lot of good things happening. They are Nick and his team and David, and they're working on something. I'm somehow aware of it. That is going to be really, really lucrative for everyone. It's going to make the token a very strong token. It's going to make the community grow fast and beyond what we think, beyond your imagination, where in 6 months to a year, that's how you should look at this project. Not a month, not a week, not 2 weeks, 6 months to a year. And from there, the growth, that's where you will celebrate. So together we can build family wealth, financial freedom, and a legacy that blesses generations. May the Lord bless your hands, your homes, and your hearts. And may Veritas Vault continue to prosper as we stand in unity in truth. Amen. Thank you. And thank you for inviting me.
Amen to that, Dr. Kamas. It's you're a gentleman and a scholar, and I'm happy to call myself your friend. Thank you, and we'll talk soon, brother. Dr. Steve, if you want to come back on and
Yes.
say a few words, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. Guys, as I'm listening, and to David, Nick, of course, mentioning the fact, look, I've made promises, and many within this community as well as made promises and did not keep their promises. But he said, I'm keeping my promises, and meeting up with David and then hearing the excitement of, things obviously they have not shared that's yet to be rolled out. It just adds that more excitement and anticipation of what's next. And building out this ecosystem. We heard from, Dr. Nick, and it's just amazing to, to just listen to his heart and words of wisdom, I call this, right, to each one of us. And if we take to heart what was shared today by Dr. Nicholas and take to heart the promises that was made that are being fulfilled now and embrace what was said and embrace the project and the community. Because when you look at the fact we've got over 7,000 wallet holders, that's nothing. That's nothing. We are a baby company, and we are all part of the process. We are all part of making this a success for each other. We're the ones that drive the profits. We're the one that shares in it. We're the one that's protecting, the interests. Because why? We're in it for the long haul, not short term. And I love what he said. I even had to write it down. Bless wealth. I've never heard that before, but wow, bless wealth. That's generational, and that's just amazing to hear. So, we're very, very excited about, the future and where we're headed. I'm going to go ahead. Nick, did you have anything else you want to share before I close this out? Okay, no, he doesn't. All right, guys. So we have these, calls, Monday through Thursday. Mondays is the opportunity/update. Nick will be back and he'll share. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are our opportunity call for new guests. And then, of course, Thursday is our general update. Here's what's going on. And here's some of the newer, things that are on the horizon. And then Saturday, which this Saturday, we have our Super Saturday. This will be our second Super Saturday training. And it's at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for many of our members around the world, it should be a great time for you guys to be able to join. And we will do an opportunity call on that because we know there's many members or guests can't make it to this call for this time zone, especially for the ones around the world. So Saturday is a great time for you. So with that, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Again, the calls are Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our Super Saturday is on Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific, which is 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So mark your calendar. So with that, we will see you on Saturday. We just want to thank everyone for being with us. And we just want to say, welcome. And we had a lot of guests with us too. So yeah, at least you got a nice update of the future of Veritas Vault. So with that, you guys, will see you Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys continue to have a blessed rest of your night, day, or evening, wherever you're joining us from. Okay, bye for now.